The Steel Eel. As SeaWorld's second ever coaster, and one of the few Morgan hypercoasters ever built, even though it doesn't actually reach hyper heights. How good is the Steel Eel? Does this coaster make SeaWorld San Antonio worth visiting? Or is Six Flags Fiesta Texas's lineup of coasters far superior? Find out in this review. Opening in 1999, the Steel Eel was built 2 years after SeaWorld's first ever coaster, the Great White. Built as a 1-2 punch for coaster enthusiasts, this lineup surely had some draw, especially back in the day. But now, it does seem to be a bit lacking when compared to other bigger parks with many, many coasters. SeaWorld San Antonio has since added more coasters, including a family coaster and a GCI wooden coaster. But in my opinion, the real unique aspect of this park is the Steel Eel. Morgan only built a few coasters. 3 hypercoasters at Cedar Fair Parks in Wild Thing, Steel Force, and Mamba. 2 smaller coasters in California, Santa Monica West Coaster and Quicksilver Express, Superman El Ultimo Escape at Six Flags Mexico, and Steel Dragon 2000 in Japan, that now runs with B&M trains. Some, especially the ones at the Cedar Fair Parks, have been criticized for harsh brake runs that sap airtime, though that has changed as Mamba has been running better than ever as of late. With the height of the brake run, I've never found this to be a problem on the Steel Eel, though I may not be as sensitive to trains being slowed as other enthusiasts. The beauty of this coaster, from an airtime perspective, are the trains. One, they are very long, which offers different rides in the front and back. The front row will maximize floater airtime, allowing you the glorious sensation of floating over the massive hills that this coaster has. The back will be far whippier, making a sense of ejector and floater airtime in a rapid up and down motion. Some find this back row airtime painful, and I can understand why, as it really forces you back into your seat. I greatly prefer the floater airtime in the front, as this is one of the best feelings that I've ever had on a coaster. The second benefit of the trains are the restraints. Mainly, you just have a seatbelt with a lap bar that, hopefully, rests very far above your lap. If configured correctly, you should have plenty of room to really feel the airtime, though it does depend on the operators a bit, as some will push the lap bar all the way down, others won't. I've lowered my own lap bar before, and normally the crew would either ask me if it's good at the height, or push it down just a smidge more. If you do have your lap bar at an appropriate and desired height, do hold it up throughout the ride, as the valleys on this coaster will cause it to come down much more. After leaving the station, you go around a quick turn and ascend the lift hill. If you sit on the left, there's no catwalk, and you can see down through the side of the car. The right lets you look out on the lake and is a bit less scary from a fear of heights perspective. The top, being 150 feet tall, isn't mind-blowing in its stats, but it feels high being up that far. The drop, though, is pretty lackluster, especially in my preferred front row, as the train takes a while to disengage from the lift hill, and the drop slowly changes to its max angle, which still is not a lot. It's not meant to be a great first drop, but uses the height to give the train speed into the next elements. Then, you enter the main elements of the Steel Eel, airtime hills. This may be a one-trick pony, but these are why you ride this coaster. They are some of the best airtime hills I've ever experienced on any coaster, as they are better to me than Mako's best airtime hills, and beat out most of RMC's airtime hills as well. The first gives you glorious airtime over it, followed by a second that does the same. However, the drop off of the second hill is much longer, which normally plays with me a bit, as I can really feel this third drop. Then you pop into the brake run, where you might get a small amount of airtime going into it, but probably not. The brakes do trim some here, though even if you're brought to an almost stop, you should still have plenty of speed for the second half. This starts with a large downward turning drop, similar to what you'd find on Roadrunner Express at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. For a unique element on this coaster, it really doesn't do too much. Then you're thrown into 4 consecutive bunny hills that all deliver solid floater or whatever type of airtime your row is giving, which is truly a magical experience before heading back to the station. Overall, how good is the Steel Eel? Currently, I have it as my number 1 favorite coaster, just edging out Mako at SeaWorld's Orlando, since the re-ride value of Mako does not compare at all to the Steel Eel. With this coaster having opened an hour before other rides in the park, I've ridden it 4 to 6 times in a row, many times. And each time it delivers with truly enjoyable airtime. Though, over time, some of its beauty has waned. It still stands really strong, it's just after 30, 40, 50 re-rides, it's not quite as unique as it once was. Which is surprising. When I preferred it over the Iron Rattler, I assumed that there would still be many stronger coasters out there that would be better than a simple one-trick pony like the Steel Eel. But so far, in my limited travels, I haven't found any. There are, of course, many great coasters yet for me to ride, including all the other Morgan Hyper coasters. But for me, this airtime is truly magical, and exactly what I'm searching for now when I'm looking for good airtime. How much do you like the airtime on the Steel Eel? What's your favorite coaster? Let me know, and as always, Cup Kun Krap.